I'm Laura from Ontario Business Central. Today I'm with Karen from Studio K2.
Right.
How are you today, Karen?
Not too bad. A little nervous, as always, for little interviews.
So you started your business back in 2011. Tell us about the start. What made you start your business?
So, just prior to that, I was in a business partnership with someone else, and we did interior design and graphic design, corporate branding, and we decided to part ways. I knew that I still wanted to stay in interiors and that I've been an entrepreneur all my life. So I basically had to incorporate. I stayed there and did interior design for a number more years.
Did you like doing interior design?
I love it. I love corporate more than residential, but there's nothing more satisfying than bringing an interior together for somebody who's living in it and using the space.
You said that you're an entrepreneur your whole life. Did you initially work for other people?
I did. I actually worked in administration for the Hospital for Sick Kids for many years, doing fundraising events and helped with the administration of the grants program. It was a very corporate world.
Right.
I always did drawing and painting just on my own. I would take a course at OCAD. I took a night course, and the woman that was teaching it, she kept passing by me through the class, and I'd say, yo, I need a little help here. I don't know what I'm doing. She thought I was joking and said, aren't you a full-time artist? And I said, no, I'm an admin assistant at Sick Kids. She said to me, what are you doing with your life? Like, why are you wasting your talent?
Wow.
And it just changed everything for me. At that moment, I just decided that I was going to leave Sick Kids and go back to school full-time. Somebody that I knew asked me to come in and do some detail work for them. So I did. We formed a business partnership. We were in that partnership for over 13 years. And after about 5 years, our focus and our business transitioned from about 80% design, 20% interiors, to 80% interiors, 20% design.
Partnerships are tricky.
Yes.
They're sort of like marriages.
They really are. There wasn't enough growth happening toward the end. I had to stand up and say, that's enough.
And then transition into
My
doing
own
something
business.
on your own.
Right.
So what was that transition like?
It was relatively easy because many of the clients that we had were drawn to one or the other of the personalities within our partnership. I'm still friends with him today. If the client approached us, it was like, hey, just so you know, this person came to me and I'm going to do this project for them. And it's like, okay, cool, right? And I did the same.
Did you advertise that business?
No.
Mostly word of mouth?
It was 2011 when I established that one and incorporated. It was 2015 when I decided that I wanted to transition out of interiors.
So your new business is that you have a artist-run center.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that.
I was not getting tired of interiors, but wanting a change or new challenges. I wanted to look at the arts industry and see if I could contribute to it while also making myself happy. So rather than looking for a job, so to speak, I decided to try it on my own.
How did you turn your passion of art into something that ended up being a business?
I found a studio where I could share the space with other artists and therefore share the costs. I don't charge or did not charge the typical gallery rates where 50% is what the artist gets. We were at like 15%. And there were no fees to submit to it or anything else, which is also a big hurdle for many artists. I came around to the idea of doing team building, workshops for individuals to share my skills and grow their own creativity.
Tell me more about these corporate workshops.
The workshops are all about team building. So we focus on collaboration, creativity, and individuality, which are the cornerstones for talent engagement at companies. They come and they do the experience, and then at the end, we reveal why they did it, how it relates to the company, how it relates to them as individuals, and everybody has a good time. And it's a win-win for the company as well as the employees because they take their pieces home with them, and the ideas that were generated resonate with them for a very long time.
Well, that's really interesting. So, how do you market it or advertise it?
My marketing and advertising has been both story-based, and I try and educate a little bit. What I will do is explain things like what does it mean to collaborate, but then I use myself as a for instance. So I do collaborate with other artists. I did advertise things online a little bit with Facebook and Instagram. I did quarterly exhibitions, and then what I did was profile those artists on any of the feeds that I did have. I also had a storefront window, so I would put new art, and there were several people who recognized the studio, one from the art in the window, but also from the information that I was putting out in the posts that I did.
What would you say is your proudest moment?
I think my proudest moment was when I did a team building art experience for the DeGroote School of Business for their MBA onboarding session. It was 200 people.
Wow, that's a lot.
The whole basis of it was the foundation of principles that DeGroote put in to their MBA students to follow through their program. It was really cool because, one, all the students got to see what the other interpretations were. The profs and administration were able to see how the team members interacted with each other. It was a very successful event, and I just walked away from that feeling like, bread on the table for me, bread on the table for other artists, the company's happy, students are happy. It was really just a really great feeling to walk away from.
What's your least favorite part of having your own business?
Accounting.
Yes. I knew you were going to say that.
I'm sorry. In terms of business itself and the business I'm in, I'm really grateful that it activates both sides of my brain because on the one side, I love administration. I love project management and budgeting, but I love to paint and I love to share the stories and communicate with people and have that art incite communication.
What 3 words would you give them?
Flexibility, creativity, and rewards.
Do you think having your own business is very rewarding?
I do. But it's not just the having my own business, it's the rewards of the results that you can achieve.
How do you deal with the accounting part of having a business?
My method of operation, generally speaking, is I spend my mornings on administration and my afternoons on painting or doing something a little more creative. I try to put myself into a routine, which is very difficult, but I do try to keep myself in a routine where I am tackling these different tasks because I have to.
What's been a painful moment for you in business?
The pandemic was the most painful period of time that I had. I was able to really learn about Zoom and learn about all these different things that I
Right.
had to do to
Yes.
navigate the online world and social media even, right? Like to the extent that I had to use it at that point because there wasn't one-on-one interaction and in-person interaction.
So did you do your workshops through Zoom?
I did do some like that, even the team building.
And
Yeah.
do you now still carry on to do some of your things online?
My online has been primarily working with the Digital Youth Pipeline, which is a program put in place for youth to learn different things. And a lot of my administration side came into that because I taught them things like Google Business and the Adobe Creative Suite.
So Karen, have you ever dealt with creative burnout?
I wouldn't call it burnout. It's definitely a roller coaster. The one thing that I do for myself is I go on creative retreats. So I will go away for 3, 4 weeks, sometimes 5, and I tend to spend that time painting and focusing on where I want to take my personal work and build my portfolio. And then I come back from those and I'm re-energized, I guess.
Karen, how were we able to help you at Ontario Business Central with your business journey?
When I was first starting out and having to figure it all out from all of the legal aspects, I had to get advice and I had to search for that. And coming across OBC was one of the first stops. And it was really a one stop. I was able to do my nuance research for the company name and register the business. It was readily available to me, and I was able to take advantage of it.
Okay, thank you. Well, Karen, it's been my pleasure to have you with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For coming in and sharing your story. We very much appreciate it.
And my pleasure. Thank you.